Was that brother? It feels like it's been so long since I've done one of these. The heck is wrong with my hair? Jynxzi podcast, episode 5. Finally. Finally, it's out. It's been so long. 3 weeks we've had to wait. 3. So, hopefully this one is good. Got my sub counter on, seeing how many subs we can gain while I'm filming this video.
This episode is brought to you by the spring cleaning champions, Manscaped. This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leaders in the below-the-waist grooming department. Clear out that winter bush with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence bloom like the springtime flowers. Embrace the season and join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our special offer. Head on down to manscaped.com and use code Jynxzi for 20% off plus free shipping. Code Jynxzi, 20% off plus free shipping. I'm going to be honest. Before Manscaped, I had an absolute jungle down there in my pants.
We don't need to do this.
It was literally a forest. There was an ecosystem. There might have been.
We don't need to know.
Link in the description. Use code Jynxzi, 20% off.
We don't need to know.
Head on down to manscaped.com. Cop my personal favorite, the handyman.
Oh my God.
Or the lawnmower, if you got an extreme bush. Big ups to Manscaped. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just cut.
We're good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right. One thing, real quick. This reaction might get taken down because my reaction to the Sneeko podcast, that got taken down because Sneeko was like banned on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube and whatever. That's why it got taken down. Hopefully, I know Adin is on kick, right? Hopefully this reaction doesn't get taken down, because hopefully it doesn't.
Well, the first thing I wanted to ask you was like, how did you like start? Like, because for every streamer, that is the hardest thing, is just starting, because if you look at like the math of streaming, the odds of you succeeding are like literally 0. So.
Oh man, it's a gamble. It's funny you asked that because people don't know this, but I actually started streaming when I was like 16, 15, and I would get like 20 viewers playing 2K. And it's kind of, it's funny, a lot of creators that are big today all came up off of 2K or had some type of like 16. NBA 2K in their career.
Yeah, like Speed, Queso, me. Yeah. Dude, the first time I ever saw you, I already told you this like ages ago, but you were either playing NBA 2K19 or NBA 2K20. I can't remember which one because the parks looked the same those years. But I remember you had 200 viewers and your gamer tag was just Adin. Like it was ADIN. Yep. I was like, that's sick.
Yeah.
And like you always had a good energy. And I was like, because I feel like the biggest streamers in the world, the game is almost like a backdrop for their personality. You know what
100%.
I mean? And like, what was like your moment where you made a jump out of gaming? Like what was like, because gaming is not sustainable, especially 2K. Gaming is sustainable, but not 2K.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But and Jynxzi, that's why like a year ago when we met up, I was telling you like, how are you doing this off of Rainbow Six Siege? Like a game that's like, how old is it?
9 years.
So I was like, well, how are you doing that? So we'll talk about that in a second. But the energy you give out is what you receive. And I feel like when you build a core, when you build a fan base, a community off of your energy, not just for a game, you could obviously, basically branch out and do everything, right? But I did 2K for a while, and when 2K became bad, when it came to the next gen consoles, the PS5 and the new Xbox, that's when I was like, all right, well, this game is not good, so I have to really figure out what I want to do. So then I started doing e-dates. I started hosting those e-dates with like Instagram girls that I got some popping girls on.
And how many it's hard to remember, but how many viewers were you averaging when you first did an e-date? Because you're like the first streamer to ever do an e-date stream.
I want to give credit though to Ricegum, because Rice did it back in the day, and I want to also give credit to Snaggy Mo, because Snaggy Mo kind of brought it to my eye.
It was fun.
And there's another streamer named Austin who's from Twitch. He used to, I forgot what it was, like Love Our Host, I think it was called, something like that. But they did it, but I did it in like a scuffed way, like the streamer way of doing it, like in a way like where it's like, okay, how do we involve the chat Foley in it? Like how do we make it like really funny at the same time as awkward and all that stuff?
So
But to answer your question, sorry. When I quit 2K next gen, I was averaging like 5,000 to 7,000 viewers. The E8s took me to 10 to 20,000 viewers.
So first off, 5,000 viewers on Twitch, as you know, is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So like, how did you even get to, because you were saying you went from like 20 viewers so when you started, how did you get to 5,000 viewers?
So yeah, I mean, I was in 20 viewers in high school. I honestly quit because I wasn't making, any money, and I was like wasting my time. I was a sophomore. I was like, I want to enjoy my life a little bit. I want to enjoy my high school. But I knew in the back of my head, I'm like, I got to come back to this sometime, I lived in a very rural area, meaning, mountains and stuff, somewhere in California, and there was very bad Wi-Fi speeds. That's part of the reason why I quit back when I was a sophomore.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So senior year comes along. I swear, fiber just randomly comes into my rural town in the middle of nowhere, California. It's called Three Rivers, 559. So randomly, okay, I have a 1 gig up, 1 gig down. I tell my dad, I'm like, Dad, please, just pay for this internet. Trust me, I got everything. I just worked as a busboy to get all I had a blue Snowball mic.
Yeah.
I had a crappy Logitech mic, camera, very bad mouse, keyboard, and just my console and Elgato. I just made it work. But my dad paid for the internet. And it took me a few months in high school to actually make, I think, a couple $100 because I found a gifter that found, gifted me and stuff. But yeah, man, I think having, balancing high school and balancing streaming, it was really hard because I missed my prom, I missed all the dances, I missed all the fun parties and stuff. I got to do it a little bit, but I locked in. And Jynxzi, I saw that you have videos too of you speaking to yourself in the future.
Yeah.
I have those as well.
I was literally, that was my next question. Not question, I was just gonna bring it up. That video you recorded when you were probably 18, senior in high school.
I was 17, 18.
You were like, I have 1 viewer in here right now,
Yeah.
and I'm missing prom.
On New Year's, yeah.
How deeply do you believe in manifestation?
Oh, it's real, man. But I think okay, here's the thing. I don't know, and you tell me, because you're at a point now where you're reaching, you're reaching peaks, you're breaking records, right? So I want to ask you a question too, because when I was kind of grinding for this, it's different than when you receive it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, not as far as your hunger goes. I mean, of course your hunger changes, but it's kind of your mindset in a way changes. When you're grinding for when you have nothing, and then now you have it, now you just have to sustain it.
Dude,
it's different.
It's I think the best saying or quotation I've ever heard on that is you look at a dog when they're starving, it's they're going to do whatever to eat. They might kill a rabbit if they have to do that to eat. But when the dog is fully eaten, it's way more domain and well kept. So it's for me, it's almost about, I would say, I just have a lot of purpose when I stream, knowing that there's a lot of people. I'm sure you have the same thing, you have a very strong community of people who do rely on you to provide entertainment every night.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets overwhelming, but I feel what you just said is a good point that not a lot of people think about is, the grass is always greener on the other side. You have all these dreams and aspirations, but once you get them, it's it's almost not the same feeling as you thought you would get.
Yeah.
When you have all the money and all the fame and all that at such a young age too.
Yeah, yeah. It's traumatizing, bro. People don't really talk about it either. I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm not gonna say, this is harder than a 9-to-5 job, because it's not. I mean, streaming, we have it very lucky. We're blessed. But it can mess up your brain too. I noticed that recently, especially with these Twitter communities, man.
Oh my God.
It gets really, really bad. And I had a breakdown a couple times about it. And people are like, "Oh, you're being a lesbian. You're freaking out. You're too emotional." But they don't get it, man. When you have a lot of pressure, you have a lot of eyes on you. Sometimes it's hard to maintain it and try to make everyone happy. That's your goal as a creator, make your community happy, right? And I think sometimes it's really hard to make every single person happy.
Yeah. So when was for you, when would you say was the first moment where you did feel your brain was fucked up? Because I've actually, dude, I've been watching you literally forever. And I remember you were talking about this probably last year. But you were saying almost at a young age, you felt you kind of beat the game of life at a very young age.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't get rich or wealthy till they're 35, 40, 50. Yeah. But if you're 21 and you're a multi-millionaire, that's going to fuck your head up.
No, yeah, bro. I've been a millionaire now for almost, I think 3 years, almost 4. So it's just for me, it's and we missed a very important step in my career, the GTA SSBRP world, which also made me my first couple $100,000 check. And when you see that type of money at such a young age, you kind of almost don't know what to do with it. Yeah. You need to be advised, bro, because it's just too much coming in. It's just so much going on. And I say it all the time. Us streamers, man, we're we're lit, like as far as like we're like the new age of like entertainment. So, you know, we're kind of like, I don't know how to really put it. We're just kind of like that. We're them. Like we're them. We're him.
For like the younger kids, like me personally, I would much rather watch a stream than a TV show.
Me too.
Obviously, like it's just way more entertaining.
No, way more entertaining.
But like, did you, because I think you may have talked about it before, but have you ever worked a job or did you just go right into streaming?
No, I had 2 jobs at 2 restaurants and I had 3 jobs. I cleaned Airbnbs for a summer when I was a junior. And then I had when I was a freshman going to my sophomore year, that summer I did busboy. I was a busboy, and then the summer before my senior year, I did another busboy job. So I was basically just cleaning tables after waiters and waitresses.
So you kind of understood the value of money early when you were working hard for it.
Of course. It's hard work. I mean, and bro, that's busboy. I can only imagine what people like construction workers and stuff have to do. Like that's some real hard labor. So like, you know, I'm in the middle of Central California. It's 107 degree weather. I'm working outside bussing tables and I'm sweating my balls off. And so it's like, damn, like I want to be inside playing video games for a living.
And you were talking about like SSB World with GTA. How did you even like set that up?
You know, it was actually T Grizzly. He invited me to his server. I forgot how I got
Grizzly
connected.
World, right?
Grizzly World,
that was a huge server.
Great server, man. But you know, they were being weird. It wasn't T himself, but his owner or somebody was just like, "Hey, you can't have all your SSB boys in. You can only have like 2 of them." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Can I curse on here?"
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. We'll just bleep it.
Oh, okay. So I was like, I'll just repeat that line. So I was like, "What the hell?" You don't have to bleep hell, do you?
No, I mean, it's YouTube. I mean, no, you don't have to.
Okay. So I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, I can only have 2 of my friends in this server. That makes no sense. I have a whole gang I want to put in. So we're like, all right, we're just going to make our own world. We made our own world. We shat on them. And like I said, it wasn't against T Grizzly. It was just against like the guy who's actually owning the server. T was just representing it. And we made our own world, and we had everyone starting to come in. We had like Travis played on it. We had like a lot of people. Logan Paul, like we had like a lot of people just at that time. Rice was getting a lot of girls every day. It was great. It was great. We had a lot of people coming in and out.
Yeah. So what was like okay with SSB World? Because I guess T Grizzly was like the first person who was outside of being he was a rapper, but he made a.
Oh my God! I spilled a drink.
No, you're good.
Wait, nothing came out.
Wait, actually?
Like 4 drops.
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Oh, my heart dropped.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But like, so you wanted to play his server, right?
Yeah.
But then they were like, you can't bring like your whole squad.
Correct.
So you were like, fuck that, I'll just make my own server.
That's always my mindset, Jynxzi. It's like, if I don't
do your own thing,
do my own thing. You know, I always take a leap of faith because, you know, I could have just basically made my own server, could have flopped, and then what would my career be? You know, that's like, you know, when you lead on to things, you see that like I've kind of like created, I would say, my own lane in a lot of ways, you know, and I still continue to do so. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like you have to have balls, right? Even you have to have balls to be able to be a streamer. You have to have balls to be able to, you know, make decisions for yourself, make decisions that nobody else is going to take. You can't basically follow the same path as everyone else. You got to do what you want to do for you. And you got to just understand that like, hey, like this is what I want to do for me. And it may, you know, affect other people, but you got to be selfish sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what I was doing. I was just more on some selfish, you know, timing. I was just like, all right, I want to do everything that I think. I'm going to be ignorant right now. I'm going to make decisions that I want to do for my career, and that's what I was doing.
And like, what was your initial decision? Because you were already like popping off, like you said, but your biggest era ever was when you went to LA in 2021 when you started just blowing the fuck up.
Oh yeah, bro.
So what was going through your head when you're like, I'm going to move to LA and like join this content house? Like, what was your main decision for that?
Man, I was so excited. I would call FaZe Banks every day for like 3 weeks until he moves into that
house. And
he
set it up, right? Yeah.
It was Rice and him that set it up. Moved in summer. We moved in my ex. We moved in. Rice was there. Mike Malek was there. It was just a bunch of good people there. It was a good house. We all had really, really good intentions, but turns out like it was really only me and like Rice streaming there, right? I mean, everyone else was kind of like not really doing anything. But me and Rice were holding it down pretty well. And then Rice kind of stopped and I still kept going. And then the house kind of ended. But man, it was good. No, I'm not going to say it was only me and Rice because Speed moved in eventually and so did Prime. And we were all doing our own thing we had a couple, you know, we had some good streams.
How long did Speed live there for?
He was on and off, like, I would say like a total 2 to 3 months he lived there.
Okay. And like, what was, because obviously that house was the first time you ever had a rapper on, right? Like,
no, I had a rapper on with Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was the first rapper on my stream.
Soulja Boy was the first rapper, because that was one of my other questions. He was the first rapper you ever had on?
Among Us. Yeah, it was Among Us. back when I was in my first apartment, I was playing with him.
I remember that clip, and you like accidentally said you killed someone.
Yeah, that was the clip.
Dude,
yeah.
oh my God.
So that was my first time ever having a rapper on stream, was with Soulja Boy. And that's great. My first IRL rapper was Lil TJ though. Lil TJ was the first rapper to ever come on my stream, like in my room.
And how did you like set that up? Because dude, that's like pioneer shit. Like no one ever had thought of that, of like, oh, I'm gonna have a rapper sit next to me on a Twitch stream. No one had thought of that.
Yeah.
Like I think you were the first person to ever do that.
Well,
right?
It's actually funny you say that because I thought of it, but at the same time, it was supposed to be something else. So shout out to actually Twitch, because Twitch threw the lob on this one. He was supposed to do something for Amazon, Lil TJ, for his album that came out. And I had an idea. I was like, yo, my rep at the time, I was like, yo, like, why don't we just have him on my stream? Let's let him, like, let's promote it. Let's do it. And then I had to convince them and like, be like, it would make sense. Let's just do it. And we ran it and it worked. And I started using that formula with a bunch of other rappers and rappers and rappers and rappers and rappers. And then that was it. The rest is history.
I have like a 2-part question. So you're saying, okay, first off, how many like viewers were you averaging before you ever had a rapper on your stream? Like what were you at? Like,
oh my God.
Because if you had like a rap, you were big. Like you were a big
before
streamer.
the rappers, I was maybe getting 30,000, 40,000
So
viewers.
gigantic streamer.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
And people want to, I mean, people say that's quarantine numbers. I mean, still, I agree. I think when everyone was inside, everyone was like, you know, really not working and they could really just watch streams, watch shows and all that stuff. So, you know, bro, when I was peak April or June of 2021, man, I was getting 120,000 average.
Yeah.
And that was just because like, and that was while XQC was live too. Me and X were getting like 120K. Then I would do streams where I'd get 200K and 250K. So it all just varies. But I mean, you know how that works.
Yeah. Dude, I think the thing that jump started my stream was quarantine, because like before quarantine, I was at like 100 viewers, or no, honestly, before quarantine, I was at 0 viewers. Like that was when it was my senior year of high school. They're like, oh, we'll be back in 2 weeks. That's what they told everybody. Cause you're a year older than me. So like you were the last like graduating class.
Yeah.
Right. Cause you graduated in 2019, right?
Yes, I did.
Class of 2020. It was fourth quarter. They're like, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, you know how online school is. You can just cheat on everything.
Yeah.
So I had like my whole day was free. So I started streaming. And then what happened was everyone was on Twitch because all these kids are in these Zoom calls listening to their teacher, because that was all new. So like I'll just pull up the Zoom call, I'll turn my camera off, and then I have Twitch in another tab. And that's when like you see XQC at 100K viewers, you had 100K viewers. Not that it was like quarantine made, but quarantine helped every streamer.
Everybody.
In 2020, 2021. So like that was that was a big jump starter for me. And like for you, like you said, like that helped a lot too. You know what I mean?
No, 100%, bro. And you know, I'll never forget when I first saw you. You had 3,000 viewers. And,
Really?
And Cheezer showed me you.
Dude, I think that night Cheezer like DM'd me, because Cuffham DM'd me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny though, because I'll never forget. I was like, what is this? Who is this? He's like, dude, this is this is Jynxzi. I'm like, what does he do? He's like playing Rainbow. I was like, isn't this game it's like 10 years old? And it was just funny. I watched you, bro. I was just like, your little twitching and shit. I was just like dying. Me and Cheezer were just watching you off stream, because we would play games off camera and I'd have people's streams tabbed. Same thing as you do, like just have it tabbed. And we would just watch you, bro. It's just crazy, like, to see how far your blow up came. Like, I think like watching like your blow up, Speed's blow up, like Kai's even, like it's just so like cool how it works, because you could see it gradually be done. It's like month 1, month 2, month 3. It's like you guys climb and climb and climb. I love how it works. And then it's just like you build a core out of it, bro. And it's just beautiful. Like I really love it. It's like art in a way, you know?
Yeah. And like a couple minutes ago, you were talking about like leap of faith and shit. And I think the biggest like big like decision you made was like going to Kick, because
for
when you first went to Kick, there wasn't even an app. Like now Kick has an app, like the servers are better. Cause I remember even when XQC, his first night on Kick, he crashed the server. Like
he did.
He brought like hundreds of thousands of people to Kick.
Yeah.
So like obviously now Kick is way better than like day one. Of course, anything gets better.
Yeah.
But like what was like your ultimate like decision as like why you wanted to leave Twitch and go to Kick?
So people, I mean, I said this on my stream. So there's a few reasons why I wanted to leave Twitch. I had actually had the biggest ad deal. Me and XQC, I think at the time had the biggest ad deals at the time. I had like the crazy split one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So majority of your money was from ads.
Yeah. I was making so much. I was making so much money. So I think when I left Twitch, it was more because it wasn't even a freedom thing. Okay, so I wanted to have Ye on stream back in 2022. And I was told by...
And he was like kind of down, right? Because didn't he like text you?
Yeah. I couldn't do it because Twitch said like, hey, if you do it, just letting you know, if he says anything out of pocket, we have to take your channel down. So I was like,
over time.
wow, okay. So I couldn't really have Ye on my stream. That's like someone who would pass down like a Ye stream,
nobody.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, okay. And then at that time, gambling got banned, and then I think like it was just a mixture of that, and then you know I love to gamble, so it was a mixture of that, and then it was just like a bunch of things coming into play, like Twitch just making weird policy changes and rules I didn't like, and I was like, Eddie came to me with this thing. He was like, hey, bro, like I'll give you equity, I'll pay you this much, run it with me. Let's just see how far we can go. So I took the equity. It's crazy having equity in a major streaming platform that we just turned down $1 billion.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to see what we can do. And it's like, I took a leap of faith doing that. And I think it's paid off so far. And I think we got some new signings that I'm excited to announce. So I can't wait for them too.
Dude, because I remember it was like last Super Bowl. That was your first stream on Kick. And I was like, because I saw it and I was like, what? Like, there's a fucking new streaming platform.
I
Like,
know.
no one would ever anticipate that. And like, Kick, like whether someone's a Twitch streamer or not, like it actually is competing with Twitch.
It
like,
is.
No one can fucking deny that.
Yeah.
And like, to be fair, like this is, people will say like, oh, I'm glazing. Like you are the reason. Like, because if you didn't go, like maybe XQC wouldn't have gone because it's more risky, right?
It was a domino effect. Actually, it's funny. I made so I'll explain how it went down. I would talk to Bruce every day for like a couple weeks trying to convince him to come to Kick. And I feel like Bruce coming, nobody really talks about, but Bruce joining Kick made X come, because everyone's like, oh, Bruce came. Okay, so now X came and now it's solidified. So I'm going to tell you this. These big 3 people I really want that I'm really pushing, I think that's when people are going to really start to be like, okay, like, whoa. Because I think that what people need to see now is I want to see Twitch make changes for their creators too. Like I want to see that. I want Kick to make changes that are for creators and Twitch. So like it's better for you, better for me. So it makes the platform, it makes the whole streaming space grow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I've said this before, but like without Kick, Twitch before could kind of just do whatever.
Yeah.
But like now with Kick, like Twitch has to like make their
like Jynxzi,
platform better.
you and Kai will never and definitely ever get suspended from Twitch. You realize that now, right?
I mean, if I did like some crazy shit,
You wouldn't,
bro.
I'm telling. Well, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Like within reason, like I don't think like Twitch would permanently ban like one of like the biggest streamers unless they did something
Jynxzi,
fucked.
do you know how I got banned in 2022?
It was unmoderated chat, right?
No, that was 2023.
Oh, what was it?
Where it was your age's stream and a word was said.
Oh, you were calling him and you didn't know he was streaming. Yes, I remember that.
I got definitely suspended for that.
Indefinitely.
Let me tell you right now.
How did you get unbanned then?
Oh man, you don't know the story.
No, tell me that.
Let me tell you the story how I got unbanned. Okay, so in 2022, supposedly, somebody named Alan Moss dropped the F word while Your Age was live. I got suspended for a whole month from that, but I had to basically prove that I was innocent. I flew to a random city in Texas and I took a lie detector test and I had a bit.
You're kidding.
Citrus, am I lying?
Bro, you took a lie detector test in Texas?
To prove it wasn't me. Yes.
So you had to
and it wasn't me. And I passed lie detector.
That is insane, bro.
That's how I got
Have you ever told anyone that story before?
I said it one time, but now you know.
That's insane. On stream, you said it.
Like people didn't really care about it because like they didn't really believe it. I'm trying to tell you, it's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was like to kind of
But back what I was saying. But back Jynxzi, if you were to let's just say do that, which I know you wouldn't, but like if you were to do that, they're not indefinitely suspending you. Now you know why? Because now that Kick's a thing, and they know, oh, if we get rid of, Jynxzi, or we try to show him any type of, we don't basically reassure him in a way as a creator and show you their value, that they're gonna basically just be like, oh, Kick's a threat. You know what I mean? So I don't think that you and Kai can get indefinitely suspended so easily now. I think the moderation team on Twitch is a little bit less strict.
I honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I definitely see your point because it's like there's another platform for streamers to go to now. Before it was just Twitch. I think, like, I don't know. Like, I think Twitch's moderation has gotten better recently with, like, context, like, that shows the whole minute of a clip instead of just, like, showing a clip.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying 100%. Like, because now there's another platform. So, like, streamers aren't just pigeonholed to one platform.
Yeah.
So, like, the point you're saying makes sense. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, to be honest.
When I first we were talking, you talked about Kick. I forgot who you had on the pod. I think it was Moist. I do want to tell you that what you said was right. Because I'm gonna tell you, because I was talking to XQC about it. there's like maybe 3 or 4 or maybe 5 content creators that give Kick a really bad look.
Yeah.
And I really wish it wasn't like that, but it's like that because I guess right now, bad publicity is good publicity for now.
All publicity, yeah.
That's what I meant. So, but I mean, like, I think Kick is still doing really well. You know, we have a creator program now where anyone can basically get paid depending on how many viewers you have. So there's a lot of good things that are happening.
Yeah, the only thing, like, I definitely could have worded it better, but like me and Moise were like 2 hours into the podcast. By then we were just like rambling.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like we were literally just saying like any crime should just be an immediate ban. And like,
I agree.
And I think like recently Kick is now doing that, like in the last.
Oh yeah, so their moderation is a lot different. But what I need to be harder on, because only thing I do is have a voice. People think that I write the checks. People think that like I could choose stuff. I have a word. I could say stuff. But at the end of the day, the moderation team, all these people make their own decisions. Like if I'm like, hey Eddie, I want Jynxzi to come to Kick. I can't just write Jynxzi.
Yeah,
Eddie has to do it. People think that I do have ownership, but I don't have, you know what I mean? Like I'm not
I get
authority.
what you're saying. Yeah.
But you know, the moderation team needs to be more consistent. If I ban, let's say, someone who averages 100 viewers for something, and then I let somebody with 20,000 viewers slide, you kind of have to keep the consistency. That's the one thing I'm kind of like hard on with Kick right now.
Okay. And like to kind of like we're in 2024 now, but to backtrack like just a little bit, because you were talking about how you went to LA and like that was like, you know, you were able to do a lot of like rapper collabs and that was like your big blow up era.
Yeah.
What was your ultimate decision deciding to
service?
Book in the hotels.com app to find your perfect somewhere.
Where's Kid?
to leave LA? Like, what made you want to leave LA?
Oh man, it's bad for your mental. Well, what I was doing, you know, I was so fixated on topping this stream and topping that stream and topping this stream, and I was like, pressure. And I was like, I want to build a core. So it wasn't really LA, but it was just more the mindset I had. I needed to just take a break from it, right? Because I ended up moving back to LA back in 2022. But yeah, man, the pressure you get, I swear sometimes when you're trying to reach peaks and stuff, it's hard, man.
Dude, yeah, because like, because then it's like back when like you were like 2021, 2022, when like you have all these big streams, it's like you almost, people start to look at you as like, oh, well, what's he gonna do tonight? What's he gonna do tonight? Yeah. And like some days you're like, I just want to like react to Discord. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to like I don't want to have a super guest on every night.
Of
like,
course.
Yeah. So
that's what I was doing though. You know, you have to balance that out.
I can't even. Look, just have a look. Just have a look. Look, settings. Look, stream. Service. Look, Kick's not even here. Wow. Okay. Facebook Live? I could. Cam 4. Twitch, Twitter. Oh my god. No, just get off. Just get off. Just get off. Get off. Get off that. Okay. Yeah, bye.
And so I wanted to basically build a core. And you know how it is, man. I like you just said, you don't want to have a banger every day. So you have to just space things out.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. And what would you say like for streaming as a whole, because you're like one of the biggest streamers ever, what would you say is your number one piece of advice for like anybody who's literally just trying to start streaming?
Man, you know, people got to understand. I know it's luck, bro. A lot of it is luck. People don't talk about that, bro, but a lot of it's luck. I don't want to give people false hope, false reality. A lot of it's luck. You know, I think that when you work really hard towards something and manifestation is real, you'll get results. But you got to understand, like, it doesn't mean quit your job. It doesn't mean quit school. It doesn't mean quit your current thing. You could still stream while working and doing these things, and you could still make a few hours a night doing streams, right? I just think that understand that it's very hard because it's luck. A lot of it's luck. And I think that you got to just put your mind to it, man. And when you are in that mode where you're grinding and coming up, you got to just be like straight on that. Like no partying, no going out, no distractions, lock in. That's it.
What was like your first big lucky moment then, you think?
Oh, when Bronny put LeBron on the mic, for sure.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that. How did you even meet Bronny to begin with?
I met Bronny because we were in the same 2K clan. So when I was averaging like 1,000, 2,000 viewers, I joined a clan called AE. Okay. And this clan, do you know who the top rep was in 20? Let me see if you know. 2K20.
2K20, no idea.
Chalk. His name is Chalk.
Oh, Chalk DF. Yeah. He had like the cringy build, like the slashing. Yeah, I remember that.
So AE was a clan that everyone could join, right? So it's like a community clan. Everyone could join. Just change your name to AE. So Bronny was in there. I was in there. Cheezer was in there. Chalk was in there. Yeah, no, Cheezer being a leader is hilarious of that AE clan. And we just started playing together. And then we started doing wagers because wagers were hot at that time. You know, Flight was playing everyone for money. Nade was. Everyone was. And yeah, man, the rest is history. We did wagers together, and he put LeBron on the mic.
Yeah, and when he put LeBron on the mic, what was the like spiral effect of that?
Oh man, Sports Center posted me
because you did a tweet and it had like what 200,000 likes or something.
Yeah, it's still my pin today.
All over TikTok.
Yeah, it's always going to be my pin because it's like a how do I say this? It's like the start of everything. You know, the big blow up. So. Yeah, man, it changed for sure. I went from averaging 1,000 to 2,000 viewers to like 3,000 to 4,000.
Like overnight.
Fuck. Yeah.
You doubled overnight.
Up. Yep.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And then, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense as like your big, because like, dude, a lot of people have big breaks and big lucky moments, but they don't capitalize on it. You capitalized on it.
No, of course. I love when people say like, oh, Bronny made you all these things. It's hilarious though, because Bronny would collab with like a bunch of other creators too. Yeah. And it all matters about take opportunity and capitalize off it. Like you just said, like you got to really just understand, like, sorry, I'm sick.
You're good. Yeah.
Sorry guys. So I hate being congested. It's so annoying. Are you sick too?
A little bit, not really.
Congestion sucks. And I'm not sleeping that well right now. Okay. Where was I? So you got to capitalize off any opportunity you get, right? So like, you know that, man, like whenever you have any sort of recognition or anything, sometimes people get lazy and stop, but you got to really, that's when you go harder at something, right? So that's what I believe in.
So how old were you when you made like your first $1 million? Were you like 20?
19, no, 20.
Dude, So you were 20 and you made your first $1 million.
I was 20 when I made my first $1 million, yes.
And did that like fuck your head up at all? Like of how insane that is or no?
It's a funny story. I was going to buy a Tesla Plaid. And I was with my dad. I remember this at my house. I was like, hey, Dad, like I want to buy a car. I think I made enough money to do it. And then he was like, are you sure, son? He was like, maybe you wait another month or two. So I waited 2 months. And I said, hey, Dad, look at my bank account now. I want to buy a Lamborghini Urus now. And then he was like, all right, go ahead. And it was just hilarious because
wow,
it's just how it works, bro. Like I was about to buy a Tesla Plaid, but now I can afford a Urus. And on top of affording a Urus, I could start to get ready to pay for my parents' home. And that was my second big thing I did. You know, my parents were renting. And then once I was making, you know, X amount of millions, I bought them their crib.
Yeah, I think the best like two things money can buy is like freedom and then like the ability of just like setting up your family to where they don't have to worry about anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because like for me, and I'm sure for you, that's like, bro, you can't put a price tag on like taking care of the people who took care of you.
Oh, of course not, bro. I pray that everybody, I say this all the time, I pray everyone is able to take care of their parents and take care of their family, their siblings. It's the most important, best thing you could do with success, right? Whenever you reach success, you want to make sure that all your loved ones are taken care of. They never have to work again.
Yeah.
Because they've sacrificed and done everything for you to be where you are today. So that's what I really like say. It's like, make sure they're good before anything else.
Yeah. Did your parents believe in like the streaming thing at first or not at all?
My dad did. My dad was
my dad was the same way.
Really?
Yes.
My mom, no. My mom was like, you got to go to school. But my dad was like, dude, you could do it. And it was crazy. My neighbors used to give like noise complaints. My dad would just like show up to their crib and be like, hey, like here's some cookies. Like he's just playing video games, having fun. And like, you know, it's just hilarious, man. Like my dad got a lot of shit. My dad got like a lot of family members were like in my dad's ear, like, you need to tell him to stop. He's going to be homeless. He's going to be a bum. My dad was just like, hey, man, let him live his life.
Yeah.
My dad's my biggest supporter, and he's always been that way. So,
no, that's fucking awesome. I mean,
yeah.
Like, I've always told people it's very hard. Like, a lot of people watching, like, I'm sure their parents will just shit on. If you have a crazy dream, like, not even just streaming, if you want to be a rapper or an athlete, your parents, like, if they shit on you, it's hard to go for it. But
I know.
if your parents believe in you, that's, like, all the belief you need.
Yeah, man, it's like your parents just sometimes don't know what's best for you.
Yep.
Because there's, like, people's parents might have went to college and they might only see like, hey, college is the only route. But in my opinion, man, I feel like school's outdated. Like,
oh God, yeah.
I just feel like you shouldn't be forced to go to college. Like, it should not be like, oh, if you don't go to college, you're a failure. Like, I really feel like, man, just sometimes let people do what they want to do. But your parents love you. They want what's best for you. But I just feel like sometimes they got to just let, you know, everyone has only one life. You got to live your life for you.
No, and like that's kind of
that is true.
That's like the message I've always said is like you have to be like a little fucked up in the head to like be successful. Like you have to be like pretty delusional, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense to like, you know, your average person, but like if you live a life doing what 99% of people do, you're most likely going to end up like 99% of people.
100%.
But if you live like 1% of people do, you're most likely going to end up like 1% of people do. You might not, you might fucking fail, but you have to genuinely sit down and ask yourself, like, am I entertaining? Am I going for this? And this goes with anything like sports. Like if you're like a really talented basketball player, you're 6'6", you're naturally athletic, you can dunk. But if you're partying every weekend, you're not going to go to the fucking NBA. Like you're not. Like that's just how it is.
How it is.
You have to like not only be lucky, but you have to capitalize on everything and outwork 99% of people.
And you got to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, you got to sacrifice. You got to be like, all right, guys, I can't go out tonight. That's sacrificing.
Yeah.
You got to really like take away things that are pleasure and fun while you grind. And that's just how it is. That's how it is.
Yeah. Because you're like talking about like your dad, and when you first made the decision to move to LA, like, was that another thing like that messed up your mental a little bit? Is like, did you miss your family when you were in LA?
No, I was locked in. I had a good relationship with my parents.
You still call them like every night?
Yeah. But it is scary. That's when lockdown happened. And you know, it was just me and my sister living in an apartment, and we were alone. We had to like, man, that was scary. And like downtown LA too, during that lockdown, it was really scary, bro. But hey, man, we made it work, and it's just, the world was crazy. And I feel like at that time, everyone should have been with family, but we weren't.
So what was like, if you look back on your whole streaming career, what were like your top 3 favorite streams ever?
Man, Jynxzi, that's a hard one, bro.
You've had some crazy fucking streams, bro.
I have. I'll tell you what.
I can say mine first of like yours.
Oh, okay.
The first time you had Tate on was like insane.
Okay.
That was crazy.
Okay.
Uzi was insane. He literally made a fucking hit.
Yeah, that was great.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I think one of the funniest ones was probably the Blueface stream. Like that stream was funny as fuck.
Okay, yeah, that was a good
With
one.
like, I think a DDG was there too.
Yeah.
And you guys got like stoned. I loved that stream. I don't know why.
Yeah. My top 3 is probably my 2K20 stream where the Adin, Bronny, Tyceno wager. I put that there.
Bro, that stream was fucking insane.
Yeah, it was just what was that word?
Monumental.
Thank you. I'll put that there. I will put the Tory Lanes there.
That stream was I left that stream was insane. I forgot about that stream. He made a hit too, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that was nuts.
And then what was your third one, would you say?
I'm gonna put the mall stream in there. I just rented out a mall.
That stream was sick.
I love that one. It was great, bro. It was just great energy, good vibes, good people, and it was great. So there's so many more I could put in my top 5, top 10. I mean, that's the part of, you know, when you've been streaming for years, you're always gonna have things you like and don't like. And I feel like what I've found the most of what I do like is surrounding yourself with people with really good energy and positive vibes and people that want to be on camera, want to be with you. So it's not forced. Because I've had people on stream that just don't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you ever like paid for someone to come on your stream or no? Besides Cardi.
Okay. No.
Besides Cardi, that was the only.
Besides Cardi, nobody has ever received a dime to come on my stream.
Bro. And honestly, I'm actually like surprised. I figured like a lot of them were free, but some of them like maybe. But because I feel like the vibe of paying someone to stream with you is already, you're already like operating on a loss.
So the story behind that was it's Kick's money, right? I didn't pay a dime. Kick paid it. And
you didn't spend 1 cent on a Cardi stream?
No, not at all. So what happened was Kick was like, or I'm not going to say who, but there was a mutual with Cardi and he's trying to like basically find out how to stream his album on a platform. And he was like, okay, what's Kick offering? Like, let's see what they're offering. So I went to Eddie and we talked about it. Like, okay, let's do a stream and let me show you how crazy Cardi is. We're gonna end up crashing kick. I was right about that. And then we'll do a second stream after. So we got a price arranged, and
What was the price for the Cardi stream?
it was not $2 million.
It was under that.
It was way under that. I'm not gonna say the exact
still
amount.
insane, but yeah.
Way under 2 million. It was actually Cardi that made me tweet out the 2 mil thing to
Why?
promote it. I don't know. He just wanted it to be known that it was for 2 mil. I don't know.
Just aura shit.
Aura shit.
Yeah. He like, I mean, you only spoke to him for like 6 minutes, or
Nah,
like,
but I talked to him off camera 3 times before that.
So what's
that's why
his-
I was thrown off a little bit.
What's his aura like, actually?
I mean,
He's so rare. That's the other thing. Like,
he is very rare.
like, when do you see Cardi on a fucking stream?
Never.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever happen again. And I just think that, man, I spoke to him off camera. That's why I was kind of a little thrown off, because on camera it was just completely different, and it was just dark energy. It was really bad.
Yeah. Were you like shitting your pants the whole time?
I was nervous, bro.
I could hear the nerves.
Yeah, bro. I was just kind of like, I'm a streamer. I just want to scream.
And you were in like a black gated room.
He chose that.
I know. That's aura. That's fucking aura.
So that's what aura is.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. But he wants to scare you, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess so. He wants to keep the
Yeah,
darkness. Yeah, bro. But yeah, man, I never again. We never ever gonna. I told Eddie. I said, look, Eddie. He paid well under 2 million. You got number 1 on Kick. You made a lot of people made accounts. Excuse me. I hate being sick. And we got what you wanted. So Eddie was happy with the results. But yeah, that's what happened.
And like, I think it was like 4 days later or like a week later, the 21 Savage shit happened, right? Like with the cards.
21 was before.
Was that insane? Like, was that like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen on a stream.
The 21 thing was crazy. I speak to 21 a lot, actually.
You guys are cool now, right?
He's a good guy. He's a good dude. And we spoke about everything a lot. We spoke about everything off camera. And we really, we're going to do some cool stuff for Atlanta. We're going to do something, a bigger stream. But yeah, man, everything with him and I are cool.
Cool. No,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Cause I'm glad that it like was handled like well. And
Yeah.
it didn't get weird. But no, I mean, cause anything that happens on stream is like, it's hard to control cause it's just live. Like that's why people love streaming as opposed to like YouTube, is because there is the element of something going wrong. Like people love that shit. Like people like just disaster. Like if they know there's something that could happen, it's all live, uncut. That's why streaming blew up. You know what I mean? Like people love that side of it.
Dude, it's with Ice Poseidon even, right? Like
Yeah.
Ice Poseidon did the unthinkable. In my opinion, Ice Poseidon is the greatest IRL streamer ever because he literally changed the game with the IRL streams. He's just different.
Okay. And Ice Poseidon, like, yeah, he's been around fucking forever, right?
Forever.
Like over 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you, or not who would you, how did you meet like everyone in SSB? And like, what are your thoughts on SSB now?
Oh, Jynxzi.
Because I have my own thoughts on SSB, but I want to hear your thoughts.
All right, Jynxzi. So I met I met Prime first. I met Prime back in 2016. Him and I used to play NBA 2K16 Park together. I met Cheezer in 2K20. Actually, the end of 2K19, I think I met Cheezer. He was in college, and we were both averaging like 100 viewers. I met Schnaggy Hose because he was in Flight Stream a lot, and I was just like, all right, well, this guy's funny. I found him averaging like 100 viewers. I picked him up. And then I met Cuff'em because he was basically like scamming and hacking PS5 accounts, PS4
Wait,
accounts.
actually?
Yeah, for money. So, and he was scamming like Gold Rush events.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone, I'm sick. I'm trying to clear up. And then, am I missing anybody?
Well, now
Convy.
there's like Convy.
I met Convy back in 2K21 because he's just a 2K streamer.
So you basically met all of them through 2K?
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
a 2K
pretty
stream?
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And like, what do you think of SSB? Like, do you feel like
They're
like, what do you like honestly think of SSB?
I mean, they're good. They're good people, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And I enjoy hanging out with them off camera. But I think, I'll be honest, I say it all the time. I just think they take their opportunity for granted. And it sucks because I don't want to be mean or I want to be their friend, not like their
It's tough
boss.
to like intertwine friendship and business.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, bro. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to be I don't want to be looked up upon. Like, I don't want to be looked on a pedestal because
Yeah.
they're my friends. But, at the same time, I got their deals combined together. Like, they came as a package SSB deal. And this is when they were not, all of them basically were quit streaming off Twitch. Like, none of them were streaming for like a year. They were all inactive. And I was like, yo, Eddie, like, can my boys come, please? Like, let them come, like, please, like, change their lives. Please help me change their lives. And, you know, I just think that sometimes they just take advantage of the opportunity, bro.
Yeah, I think SSB is all funny as fuck. I think they're all good dudes.
Yeah, they are.
But like, you know, like sometimes maybe their work ethic's not there. Like you were saying. But like, do you feel like SSB has ever like, do you feel like they've held you back or do you feel like they've helped you in your career?
Both, for sure. Both. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, for sure, bro. Like I'll give you an example.
Because like if you're playing GTA with Cuffham and Snaggy and
that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah. So back in the GTA days and even 2K days, you know, I played with Cuffham all the time. Cuffham was my duo when I wasn't playing with Bronny, right? Cuffham was my main duo. We played every day. So he helped me for sure because he's my duo. He's entertaining. Shout out to Cuffham. So they're talking about GTA 5. And then as well as GTA goes, Cuffham's GTA content was great as well. He was great at roleplay. And I think like as far as like the held back goes, it's because like work ethic. I feel like when you're around people that just want to work,
it's gonna make you want to work.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just think that, look, how am I the richest one out of them? And like the kind of, but like, why are they not more hungry than me, if that makes sense? Yeah. Because they still have so much more to work for. I asked them, what's your motive? Money. They would say money. I'm like, okay, so how am I richer than you guys, but I'm more hungry than you guys? Make that make sense. And man, it's just hard to get through. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think like it's one of those things where maybe it's just like a natural thing. Like just maybe you just have it in your DNA that you're just, cause like you have like legendary people like Kobe Bryant, like he could win, you know, he could win 5 NBA championships. He wants to win a 6th one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
That like some people just have that mindset of like, it's never enough. But yeah, no, I was definitely, I could easily say like, I had more passion when I was broke. I still have a lot of passion. Like I still love the game of like streaming, but I feel like at this point for me and definitely like probably for you too, it's like, you're not really so much worried about the next check. It's like, you're kind of numb to the idea of more. Like,
bro. Once you hit a threshold, like, okay, I reached kind of enough money where I could just basically
fuck off for the rest of your life.
If let's just say I lose this tomorrow.
Never click the start stream button again. You're fine. Yeah.
Once you have that, you just kind of just want to like do it for the fun.
Yeah.
And you just have like the freedom. So now it's just like, okay, what do I do to make everything better, right?
I love pressing this button here. This is basically how to set up a YouTube stream.
Of course.
Kai, like they go fucking hard.
Of course. I remember when I first moved to LA back in 2021 with the rapper era, right?
Yeah.
I remember Snaggy came out. You know, he popped this first stream in LA, he had 25,000 viewers or something like that.
Damn.
You know what happened? He stopped streaming.
Are you shitting me, bro?
Swear to God.
25K? Bro, that's like the top 10 streamers in the world. Like
Stop streaming.
If you're averaging 25K, I'm not saying you average that, but if you're averaging 25K, you're like a top 10 streamer in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's fucking insane.
You know, and he was, you know, young at that time too. And man, it's just crazy. But look, they have deals right now that are very good.
Yeah.
And
he has like 110,000 viewers. Ridiculous. Like when I'm watching his streams,
you know, we keep everything off camera too. Like I can kick it with them off camera and on camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I want to find out something to motivate them. I don't know what I need to do. I just don't want to be dad to them. I want to be their friend. So it's really hard for me. But that's why I have a manager now. His name's Tav,
Tov's a fucking legend.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Everyone sees that Tov's a legend.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it, bro. So Tav is just going to really be on them, not me. So I don't have to really be a boss to them, you know?
I thought something you said like 2-3 minutes ago that was really interesting was you said once you reach like a certain threshold of wealth, like it kind of doesn't really matter anymore. Like kind of like what you were saying, like, you know, the jump from like 10 to $20 million is literally nothing. Your life doesn't change.
It doesn't change.
You don't have to worry about shit anyways.
Yeah.
So like what motivates you to just keep going at this point?
My community.
Yeah.
I get really, really upset whenever they don't like streams. I get really mad and passionate about it. Like, I'll end my stream and I'll want feedback and criticism right away. And if I don't like it, what they're saying, it really breaks me. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, like, damn, I didn't do good today. Or like, but Jynxzi, like this. What do you think about the Twitter communities, bro? I want to get your opinion on it.
I think I've always said this for like 3 years now, but I think, I mean, you have like the biggest Twitter community in the world for streaming, right?
We're at 100,000.
Yeah,
99,000 right now.
Yeah. I think like Twitter definitely is the worst platform, and it makes sense of just how it's designed. Like Twitter, like anyone can kind of just get likes. So it's like people just say whatever to get likes. If you look at other platforms like TikTok, most people are just consuming, like they're just scrolling, swiping.
I know.
Maybe they'll leave a comment, but it's like, you know, it's one and done. With a community, it's like you have this forum of just everyone like farming. And it definitely gets like, sometimes it gets really parasocial where like some people, you know, I'm sure like most of your community, most of my community, cool as fuck, right? Like just normal. They just love you. They don't care. But like where it gets weird is like where there's like that, for me, I always say like the 5%, like 5% of my community is fucking weird. Like they care more about my life than their own life. And I'm not even kidding. It's
no,
like,
I had that
it's
too.
5% of my community.
Scary.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. But
no,
that's
it's
what I would
like,
say.
bro, Jynxzi, it's literally like,
he deleted it.
they literally care about you more than you just nailed it. And I get that too. It's weird, bro. Like think about it. They need to focus on their own lives, but they're so focused on your life. It's so weird.
But like, don't ever forget. And like, I try to never forget it too, bro. 90 to 95% of your community just loves you. They might just not even type in the chat. They'll just lurk. They'll pull up your stream every night, helps them go to bed.
Of course.
I'm just saying like 5% of my community, like they care more about my life than their own life.
No, I've noticed that too. It's super weird.
Mm-hmm.
They want everything to like, they want you all to themselves.
Yes, basically.
I wanted to ask you something, and if you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. I saw something happen earlier with you and Clicks.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw both sides. I'll be honest. I saw both sides. I understand your point. I understand his point. Because going back at it, I told you. I said on stream he was in the wrong for tweeting that. Okay. But I'm gonna let you go. I just want to. So, but if all you wanted was an apology, I feel like. And he gave it to you.
Funny.
And if I don't know if he apologized off stream too, that really matters.
I'll explain all of it if you want. And I saw your clip. You don't even need to explain. I saw like everything.
Okay.
And I did fuck with your take. It made perfect sense. So I'll give you the full scope of it.
Okay.
So first off, like I'm being genuinely honest, like on my mother's life, I did think we were friends. Like I actually like, cause I've called Clicks and he might not say I have, and I don't really want to like get back into it, but we can, because now that I'm talking about it, it's going to be a thing again, but I don't care.
Do you not want to talk about it?
No, I'll talk about it because I may as well, right? I mean, who cares?
The reason why I'm bringing it up is going to be another thing I wanted to bring up about streaming, relationships and stuff.
Yeah, but I wanted to bring that up too. But
okay.
So what I'll first say about Clicks is I genuinely did consider myself friends with Clicks. Like it wasn't a lot, but you know, we called off stream about other shit. Like I was asking about like just some other shit like Fortnite shit. And like I did consider Clicks like a friend. So I would say like I expect that behavior from like a 11-year-old on Twitter, a 14-year-old on TikTok. But I feel like if you're a streamer and Clicks is a big streamer, like one of the like probably top 15 streamer in the world in America, like you have to understand like your platform. And like when you're doing it all live like that, you're just kind of throwing me into, because I don't get into like beef with streamers. Like I feel like there's no other course of action. And what you were saying about the apology, it wasn't a real apology. He said it like 6 times.
So
he said, I'm sorry you got mad. Like, I'm sorry you got mad. That's not an apology. An apology would be like, first off, we don't even do it on stream. You call me on some shit like, yo, that was like weird. I was literally just trying to like start up shit, which he was. Like, everybody could see that. But it's like, I never got that. It was just like, I'm sorry you got mad. And he said that like 6 times.
So there was no off stream.
Nothing.
It was okay.
I called him off stream. Okay, I'll be honest. The biggest fuck up I had, he texted me off stream and said like, yo, can we call like that night? And I said, get the fuck off my phone. Cause like, I'm like, I considered this guy a actual friend. Like I always fucked with Clicks. And then it's like, now I don't.
So I'm like you too. I'm emotional too. And like, whatever.
I get mad.
So like, you got to give me like a day to talk. I'm the same way as you.
I need a day.
Yeah. I can't talk right away.
I need to sleep.
Yeah, I gotta like really like sleep on it. Like, don't come at me trying to fix things right away. I'm the same way as you. And everyone knows that. I'm like, people think I'm like emotional. I am. So I had no idea there was no like communication
off. Not handled off stream.
Got it. Because you know, at the end of the day, bro, that's just something that I feel like if I'm your boy, I said it on stream. I'm not posting that. If I'm your boy, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't know your guys' relationship. I don't know his side of it. I don't know your side of it. But if I'm your boy, I'm not posting that. So, but I said that, but I didn't know that there was no sincere apology. I thought if he sincerely apologized, I'm like, Jynxzi, maybe you should accept it.
I would have, if he was like on some shit where he's like, dude, that's my bad. Like, I was just trying to like be funny for a stream. That's different, but he was just saying, I'm sorry you got mad. And he said that like 6 times. And I'm like, that was the first thing he said. He's like, I'm sorry you got mad. I'm like, and then I'm also thinking like, is he literally just saying that so I pay him? But then that night, Lacey was streaming and he called Lacey and he's like, we were never friends. Like, I swear to God, I actually did consider Clicks like one of my friends. I'm not saying like how me and Sketch are like really close. I'm not saying that because like I'll call Sketch every night about anything. Doesn't have to do with streaming. Just like, how are you, bro? Like shit like that. How you are with SSB. Like I'm that close with Sketch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I never considered like Clicks to be like my closest friend ever, but we were just dogs. Like, you know what I mean? Like on some cool shit. We played Fortnite together. Yeah. We'd call about non-streaming shit sometimes like once or twice, 3 times a month. Like, so I was just like taken back by that. But yeah.
So the reason why I brought it up, I didn't bring it up to basically like reopen up. Like,
I got you. Yeah.
I brought it up to basically talk to you about streamers' relationships.
I swear to God, I'm not kidding. This was one of our questions.
Really?
I can actually ask the question since we're on it. The question was like, how do you navigate dating and relationships when you are like a rich and famous streamer on top of the fact that like you're 23, everyone in your age range, every girl in your age range has a TikTok. They might not act like they know who you are. They've seen your shit before.
Figure it out.
They've seen your shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you navigate that?
You can't.
You can't. Yeah.
It's impossible. I'm sorry. You literally cannot do that. And, you know, it comes down to it where it's like, eventually they'll just figure it out because you know why? That 5% parasocial people that are obsessed with you, that are obsessed with me, they care so much and they'll do and dig whatever they can to just try to figure it out because they want to know everything about you.
Do you have like a moment in particular where you were like, wow, like where it was so parasocial to where it like affected a relationship you had with someone?
For sure. My ex, even the past girl I spoke
to. Like the recent ex that everybody knows about. I'm not going to say her name, but like that ex, the one that everyone.
Her, but it was the last one too.
Oh, the last 2.
The last 2, yes.
Got it.
Every one, bro. That's why now I don't really have a real relationship with any girls because I know I'm too young for it. I have like 5 girls I have on rotation.
Wait, hold on.
What?
You have like a roster?
Yeah.
And it's literally just like sex. That's it.
Nah, I hang out with them. Like I'll bring them out and stuff.
And they're cool with knowing there's 4 other girls?
I mean,
or do they not
they're
know?
probably with other guys. You know,
got it.
So I mean, like I'm okay with it.
Oh, you're just saying you just fuck. Like it's not like
but I hang out with them too, bro. Like I'm not. People think like
I don't think any girl is cool with there being 4 other girls.
No, but like you got to make it very clear what your intentions are.
It's some cool shit. Like, hey,
I just like hanging out with people, bro.
Yeah,
for real. Like I like bringing them with me wherever I go. Like that's just how I am. So it's like, you know, but. Yeah, bro. I just like to keep people as like friends and close. I feel like when you get in a very serious relationship, it ends bad like every time.
Yeah, I was yeah. No, I mean, especially with I think streaming, it's more different than anything else because everyone's just so much more involved.
Oh, 100%.
Like imagine you're like a YouTuber and like you post once every month. Like your life is pretty much all offline.
I know.
Streaming, everything you do is online, and that's just part of it. And just knowing how to like deal with it, navigate it. I feel like at this point I have just 2 different like not personas, but like I have 2 different worlds. Like I have like my stream and like my IRL stuff. I don't really let like the internet like affect my like day to day. It's hard to do that. Like very hard to do that.
Very hard.
But I think you're kind of the same way. Where like at the end of the day, it literally is pixels on a fucking screen.
At the end of the day, man, I gotta remind myself this constantly. But if you're ever you're ever seeing stuff you don't like on your phone, just turn it off and go outside. Or turn it off and go put your TV on. Go play some video games. You know, it's just like. Man, the one thing I can't get a grip on is the Twitter community. I keep bringing it up because it's like,
are you talking about specifically AR loyals?
Yeah.
Or specifically them? Okay.
Yeah, I can't get a grip on it. I can't tell if they really like me or they don't like me. I swear,
bro. They definitely fuck with you. And
but I think
okay. I'm sure some people that are like, I'm sure there are people that are literally just trying to dox you and swat you. They don't fuck with you. But I think most of the people, especially if they get on your ass about missing a stream, most of your community does fucking.
That's different though. I could tell when it's like
that's like comes from a place of love.
But I could tell. Yeah, I could tell though. It's like Adin's like, damn, you're not streaming tonight. Wow, you're being lazy. Like I could tell that's out of love. I could tell. But when they get very weird. And you know what I'm trying to say? Like with like family and stuff, it can get really like, it could break you like sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I'll like, Yeah, no.
Because it's not normal, bro.
So it's like I said, I mean, I don't even mind talking about it now because like I fixed it. But like literally this week, like people found my mom's phone number and were like calling her and texting her. Like she changed her number, which is great. But it's like, why? Like are like you were born into this world in that hospital bed. Your dad and your mom were holding you up like, wow, this kid is going to be an amazing kid. 17, 18 years later, you're dwelling in a basement on a computer, like trying to call my mom.
It's so
like,
weird.
How did your life get to this point?
Yeah, bro. I don't understand what the motive is. I just think they're like.
Jynxzi said on stream the other day, you know that, so his Xbox account, yeah, he has to keep changing that password for that account every day because he woke up one morning, he got 20 emails from Xbox saying, "Oh, this person has tried to log into your account." 20 plus people like that's ridiculous. And man, why do you just sit there on your phone trying to log into his Xbox account? Why? It's ridiculous, bro. Imagine.
So bored, or like you said, they just want to be in control of you. I don't know what it is. It's a power thing. They want attention. I don't know what it is, but man, I can't get a grip on it. But I love AR loyals, like the real AR loyals. I love them.
Oh no, those are some real motherfuckers.
Like I love them, bro. They hold it down for me, but like it's just those weirdos, bro.
Yeah,
that just always mess with my head.
Yeah, I think like the other thing is like when I was like not even blowing up, but when I was like taking off on my other shit, like I didn't have time to be worried about other people. Like if you're really like locked in and you want to like be successful, like you can't be worrying about like watching a stream. Great. I do that all the time. But like, I mean, like if you're spending every waking day and night trying to swat someone, it's like, you're not going anywhere in life. It's only going to end like worse. You're not making yourself any less miserable. You're going to be more miserable. And at the end of the day, when you like lay your head on the pillow at night and you're looking up at the ceiling, are you living a life that you're proud of? Like, if you have a son one day, are you going to tell him about swatting a streamer for 3 weeks?
I know what you mean. It's like, exactly. No, I
was
that.
like so selfish. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm too selfish to care about someone else. Like, I don't know. I can't.
It's just something I feel like they're just young and they just, I think when they're older, they'll be like, that was really whack what I was doing back then. You know what I mean?
Probably like 15, 16. That's more understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, okay, the number one like main thing I wanted to like talk to you about, and if you like don't want to talk about it, cool, but I know you've talked about it before.
Ask it.
So like basically you obviously became hyper successful at a young age, like rich, famous, all that. What happened for you to like start drinking lean? And let me start off by saying this. Hold on. I know you don't do it anymore, which good shit. It's so hard to like kick the cup. It is.
I had it really lucky where it wasn't that hard though to kick it. I was just really fat and unhealthy. Like I'm down like.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think when I was with you, I was like 180. I'm like 163.
And you were just getting off of lean back then.
Yeah, true. I'm down like 26, 27 pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it makes you fat, makes you lazy. It ruins your brain. It ruins a lot of things, and it ruins everyone around you. So what made me get involved was just wanting to try something. My buddy was just like, just try it.
Who's your buddy? Is it like someone we've talked about?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see if you can guess.
It's either Cheezer or Cuff'em. Probably Cuff'em.
Not them.
None of them.
Think harder.
Snaggy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Snaggy got you into lean?
He's off it too. He's been working out. Snaggy's down like 30 pounds too in the gym. He's doing great. But yeah, he did. But I was only hooked on it for like, I would go on binges. So I'd be like 4 days straight of just doing it. Take like 2 weeks off, doing it. But it was bad. And I'll tell you what made me quit was because my mom cried.
Yeah. And that's the worst feeling a son can ever see is your mom.
What? If you ever see that, you got to feel her.
Something.
Yeah. You got to come on. So, man, that was stupid. But I'm back on my fitness shit.
Yeah.
It just sucks. I keep getting sick. Like I'm sick right now. I was sick like a week and a half ago. I keep getting sick. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I've seen it. A lot of people have seen it. Like 2024, like you have like I can see passion. Like you're a fucking grinder. I guess like the deeper like thing I'm trying to like drive is like, Yeah.
Is this your house, by the way?
Yeah, this is my house.
Really?
Yeah, we do all this shit from here.
Oh, wow. You streaming here too?
Oh, yeah, I stream like right in there.
What?
Yeah. I can show you like after.
Who do you live with?
Cousin, brother, mom.
That's cool.
Whole family.
So where's everyone at?
Brother's upstairs, mom's out.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah, no, the deeper question I was trying to like get at and ask was, you said you wanted to try something. Why? Like I'm saying like you're already rich, you're already like famous. Why? Why did you want to try something? Like was something like missing in your life?
Oh yeah, man. I think like when you just have a lot of pressure and stress, you want to find a relief or a fix, right? And it's crazy because I was already working out, doing great. And it's just like, it was just kind of like there, an option. And I couldn't smoke weed because I get anxiety when I smoke weed.
I trip too, yeah.
You do? Yeah, so it's like, and I love drinking, but I don't want to drink every day to like, relieve my stress. So I was just like, what can I do? And I just did that. It was stupid, but I'm glad I did it at a young age where I can learn like, hey, like it's not the answer,
It's so dusty. It's actually dusty. Clean it.
And where would you say the stress and pressure came from? Like, was it just the pressure of like numbers and streaming and growing, or no? Was it something else?
Nah, I needed that like arrogance. I needed that ignorance to kind of basically blow up Kick. I needed to basically sell Kick. I need to be as controversial as possible. I need to make as crazy content as I possibly can and say the craziest stuff ever so that I could sell Kick and make Kick a big thing. And I just did it. I had to basically, I had a mission to basically make.
I use the wire, what I've got. You can use Barry with it as well. It's quite good. A nice little stream, like a nice background.
Is what you need to learn from your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's impossible. Nobody's perfect except for God, right?
Yeah.
So I don't believe in no perfect human being. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna slip, and it matters about how you get up, and it matters about how you can perform after you make a mistake. Basically, how you grow as a person. And the actions you do after you make a mistake. That's what I believe in. Okay.
And you were saying you wanted to be as controversial as possible. Why? Like, what was the reason? Like
selling Kick, to go viral, to get clips, to basically capitalize. I was told, hey man, let's give this Kick thing a shot. If it doesn't work, I got banned from Twitch. I'm like, oh nah, this has to work. I have no other option. I have to make Kick work. And I slow down the controversial. I mean, you see that. I'm just doing now content, and I'm focusing on actually making good stuff. So, yeah, man. I just think like I just felt I had to do that. But that's when you're on drugs. You just don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, it is what it is.
So like, I mean, have you had like any experiences like recently with like just depression, like with all like the money and all that?
Oh, of course, bro. I'm not going to, I don't want to be ignorant and say money doesn't buy you happiness, because money gives you freedom.
Yeah.
And money definitely can buy happiness because it's freedom.
Yeah.
And, the fact, if you could tell your mom, hey, you never have to work ever again, that's buying happiness because she never has to work again. You could retire your parents, your mom. So stress and pressure comes when you have a lot of responsibility, right? And I think that you kind of have to sometimes accept that responsibility, because I signed up for it, you signed up for it, and you have to basically just take the cards you're dealt, and you have to own up to it. You have to literally just do it. You don't really have time to just dwell. You got to just really find a fix, like the gym or some type of self-improvement, and that's your fix to relieve your stress, in my opinion. But hey, man, men's mental health is real, and men's mental health needs to be taken more seriously, because us men, they say we don't have time. We just have to work. But man, we go through it too,
Yeah. And I think a lot of things, especially with men, is like men just bottle things up way more. Like they don't want to tell everybody about it. Yeah. Nah. So it's like, I don't know. It is. I think people do appreciate if a streamer is like open about stuff like that, rather than just acting like their life is perfect, because when you do that, it creates a false reality of like, oh, if I become rich and famous, I will never be sad again.
I'll never have a problem in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I liked when you and Sneeko spoke about, and Sneeko was just saying, hey, if you're depressed, do a push-up. It doesn't really work like that.
Yeah. So you would agree like with me more on that?
Well, no, of course. I mean,
of course push-ups help. I mean, obviously.
But let's just say I'm depressed. I'm not just going to do push up done. But I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's basically just saying self-improve and eventually your mind will be constructed to, but there is people that are really deep into that mental depression hole and they need help, and it's not just, lifting right away. Like you really need to maybe speak to somebody, whether it's a therapist or just a friend or a family member. Some people really just need to just seek mental help. And, I've had to even speak to people because it's hard sometimes,
Like you've spoken to like therapists and stuff before?
Not really therapy, because I feel like I could tell my chat everything. I talk to my chat a lot. So I have like moments like where I really talk to them about my problems. They know everything about me. So I don't really like to hide things.
Yeah, there's no point. They're going to find out.
They find out anything, it doesn't matter. But, I'll speak to like my dad and stuff about certain things. But man, it's just like you people got to understand you're never alone. Nobody's ever alone. There's always somebody to talk to.
So what would you say was the biggest thing that came, like, because obviously before when you're streaming and like your come up was very similar to mine with the mindset of like, I'm not going to fail. Like I'm just going to keep going and just manifest it.
Yeah.
But once you got everything, like you got the money and the fame, like, was there anything that like kind of, did you almost feel like more empty in a way of like, if I get this, I'll be straight, but then you're still not, like, or no?
Yeah, man. I just think that, like you said, the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something that you don't have that he will have and that he will have that you don't have. And I just think that you got to just really look at what you have and be blessed and be like, yo, I'm grateful. If you have people in your life that are alive, you're blessed.
Yep.
People don't even have homes. People don't even have enough money to go buy food. So it's like, you're blessed. Like at the end of the day, you are blessed. Yeah. I truly believe that in happiness will and fulfillment will lead to basically you recognizing that you're blessed. And I think that's what we got to do. And, I want to get a better relationship with God. But I want to be able to make sure that I'm the best. I'm at the best points where I can give it all, if that makes sense. Because I feel like if I'm not giving it all, then it's wrong.
Yeah. I feel like when I was younger and like earlier you were talking about like seeing your mom cry like really fucked you up a lot and like that made you change your ways. But like when I was younger and like we never really had like that much money. Like it was always just, my mom was working, my dad was working. There was like just getting food on the table, getting AC, maybe an Xbox. Like that. Like it was just like very like that. But then I would see like, I would see my mom like start businesses. Maybe it wouldn't work out. She'd be, like when you see your mom cry like that, I made a decision like, or a promise to myself when I was like 14, I was like, I don't know how, but I'm never going to be broke again. Because if I was talking about it last night with him, but like if you are broke, it's very hard to be happy. Like if you have money, it at least gives you a chance of being happy. Because how are you going to be happy if you're worried about getting kicked out of your house every day?
It's so messed up, man. Yeah, it's a really messed up world we have. It's like you have people, I say all the time, bro, people like are struggling to pay rent and eat. They have to worry about if they're going to get kicked out next month, like you just said. So it's like, but then you got people making billions of dollars. Yeah. It's like, make that make sense. I agree with you, what you just said. I think that how could you even worry about being happy when you have to worry about where this next paycheck's gonna go?
Yeah, if you can have the lights on tomorrow, like it's very hard. Yeah, it's very difficult. And I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think like it all just comes full circle, but especially like for us, our job is just literally clicking a button. And like,
I know. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's hard to like do, but like it's, fuck, like there's people that are literally working like their hearts out just to keep food on the table. Like,
I know.
And I'm just streaming. You know what I mean? I
know. We have it good, man. We have a very, very good. Yeah. And, I hope that everyone can achieve success and get rich and take care of their people. That's my goal. That's my message to everyone. I pray everyone gets it, a taste of this. And if you just work really hard and you put the hard work and the energy, especially the energy, the manifestation, I think people will achieve their success.
Yeah. How did you first meet like Andrew Tate? And do you think he helped you like with like guidance in that whole world of just money, fame?
I met Tate through I saw a TikTok and I just DM'd him.
On like Twitter or something?
Instagram.
He replied?
Yeah.
Wow.
This one, I think under 1 million followers. I think it was like 500, 300K.
Oh, so you were pretty early to it.
Yeah. Me and him, the stream we did, he blew up insane from that.
Wait, what?
Because so many clips. This is before he was banned on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, all that stuff got clip. That was like a big blow up moment for him. And we kept running the streams. And I met him IRL. We just did one recently, actually.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And he's talked to me off camera about that, and he's like, you have something that I don't have, Adin. You're relatable to people. And he's like, I just want you to basically teach people the right message. And I basically was just like, I understand, but people don't watch me for financial advice, bro. I feel like if you're looking to watch me for financial advice, when I'm very not all there when it comes to like certain stuff, you're in the wrong place. I think if people want to make money and learn about the world and stuff, they got to do their own research, because how am I going to have all the knowledge of the world and how it works and stuff? I don't know anything. About that stuff.
And like the other thing, I think he sees it in a good lens of like, he knows your audience is younger, and like, because like when we were in school, bro, you don't learn, like the last thing they teach you about is how to like manage money. They teach you about fucking Pythagorean theorem and how many planets there are. Like,
it's ridiculous.
Like the last thing you learn about in school is like how to manage money, how to like become an entrepreneur, like, because the school system is designed for like workers. Like that's what they want.
Yeah, it is. It's modern day slavery.
You have to raise your hand to take a shit.
I know, it's like, crazy. It's a rigged system, and it's set up for you to literally, work as a worker for your whole life and be in debt your whole life. And that's why I'm trying to tell people, you got to really do what you want to do. And I just think you don't have to go to college. If you don't want to go to college, you're not a failure. I know your parents might want you to, but you're not a failure if you decide not to go to college.
What were your grades in school, like in high school?
Oh man, what? I had a 3.5 GPA in a couple of years in high school, but senior year and junior year, I was having like the 2.4s or something.
Dude, my freshman year I had a 3.4, and then like sophomore I had like a 1.6, and then junior and senior I was just like 2.2, and I got my diploma.
Yeah, we got our diplomas.
Yeah, like did you have like shitty attendance, or did you just not care like about the subjects at all?
Man, I have a really bad immune system, which is funny. I'm sick right now. I get sick a lot, so I got sick a lot in high school, and I would miss a lot, and I would have to go to the doctor to get doctor's notes, so I don't have to make up the day and stuff. But yeah, I would miss a lot. My dad used to also let me miss days on like when NBA 2K16 and 15.
Yeah, dope fucking dad. Yeah. No, that's sick, man.
He would let me. It was called hooky. He'd let me play hooky.
Yeah.
When certain video games would come out, like the new Call of Duties, the new NBAs and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be like a 3-day weekend too. I was like, yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I had like the exact same experience with school. Like I was way more worried. I just wanted to get home and play video games. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do too. So let me ask you, Jynxzi, did you play? What games did you play in high school?
In high school, oh
you
my God.
You played 2K, of course.
So,
right?
Freshman year, I played NBA 2K17 like religiously. I will still say NBA 2K17 was the most I've ever enjoyed a game. But like my video game Hall of Fame would be like NBA 2K17 is number 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is number 2. I sat on that game.
So good.
From like, I would wake up at, like, I remember one summer, I would wake up like with him and then my 2 friends from school. I'd wake up at 5 p.m. I'd get on at like 6:30.
I know you're saying.
We'd play multiplayer zombies till like 8 in the morning.
Yep.
And that was my schedule. Like that's all I wanted to do.
Me too.
And then number 3, I played Clash Royale, which is like a mobile game.
I know what that
Best
is,
mobile game ever, in my opinion. I actually played that game like semi-professionally. Like I think I made like 10 to 15,000 off that game from from ages 15 to like 17, which is pretty cool. But yeah, no, those are like the 3 games I played all the time.
Damn, man, I got to give my top 3. Black Ops 2. You ever played Destiny?
No, I heard Destiny's amazing.
Destiny's a great game. Black Ops 2, Destiny, and I got to go NBA 2K.
Destiny, 16.
16. Bro, 16 was so arcadey.
No, 17 was arcadey.
I think 17 was arcadey with the gram badges for the first month, and then they nerfed them. Like if you remember, dude, ankle gram badge,
oh my God.
You would just
break
right
his ankles
stick and they would fall.
Yo, remember the 6'1" sharpshooters that could speed boost?
Yep.
So fun. Like,
and then stretch bigs like so Illuminati's build.
Oh my God, yeah. And just the community was so like active, bro. Like all those YouTube videos where they pull up on each other.
The So Illuminati Nadex thing, that was I still watch that video sometimes.
It's so good. Yeah. So Illuminati's a goat.
Who's your favorite 2K creator ever?
Nadex.
Nadex, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nade was fucking crazy, bro.
If you know, you know, man.
Yeah, Nade Rage, yeah.
Okay, top 3, Nade, Soluminati, and Cash Nasty.
Cash is a great, bro.
That's my first stream I ever watched.
Bro, I was gonna say the same thing. Cash was the first streamer I ever watched.
Yeah.
Like, because I watched a lot of Los, but in terms of first stream, I remember he was opening packs with his girlfriend. Yes, the blonde. I don't remember her name.
Ashley.
Ashley. I was gonna say Abby. Yeah, they were opening packs, and I was like, this is streaming thing's kind of cool. Like,
It's
you know
so
what I mean?
crazy.
Did he stream on Twitch or YouTube? I don't remember. Yeah.
Twitch. And I remember he had 200 viewers when I first watched him, and I remember he was opening packs with his girlfriend, and he would invite people, like subscribers that would sub to play against. And I remember that he just quit his job. It was either Walmart or Target to be full-time streamer.
Yeah, Cash is a fucking legend.
He's one of the reasons why I streamed. I love Cash Nasty. That's my GOAT.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I would say probably like Soluminati, Los.
I love Los.
Nade. Like, there's just so many. That's the thing about 2K is like there's so many fucking creators.
You gotta link up Los, Polos, and Queso for the one time.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
You have to.
That'd be fucking insane. I just like the way like Los, I don't know, like the way his chat would troll him back then. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
This guy's calling me. Jesus. Okay, yeah. The other thing I was going to ask you, but we kind of like got into 2K was, what was the biggest thing you took away from Tate after all the things he's told you? Like, what was the number one thing you were like, damn, that's really good advice?
Gym.
Okay.
Well, gym, self-improvement, and I would say how you treat others, because, you know, I'm going to mature, right? And as I get older, my audience gets older, we're going to mature together. Your audience is your family, right?
Yeah.
You're going to mature, they're going to mature with you. And I think when you are growing, I think I've motivated and inspired people to also be in the gym. I'm down 26 pounds or whatever, 26, 27 pounds. I'm trying to put on muscle now. And I think that itself is super motivating for somebody that watches you on a nightly basis to be like, oh, if Adin can eat talkies all day and went from sipping lean and all these things to now working out. And it's funny because I'm sick. I'm going to keep saying it, but like I'm sick. But, you know, it's even if you motivate one person, it's still everything, you know? So I think inspiring people and treating others with respect and, you know, self-growth.
I like my style to be a conversation piece. The news.
Growth.
Yeah. What would you say is the number one thing in your life that like brings you happiness? Like for me, it's always been like purpose. Like I've always looked for purpose in life. And when I was completely lost, I didn't really know. But like with streaming, when you have so many people that rely on you to be like entertainment and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always found a lot of purpose in that, like knowing that X amount of people are actually going to like look forward to your stream. And it gets pressure sometimes. Like if I miss a stream, I'm letting them down. But I feel like, I don't know, like just knowing that many people like look to you as an escape from life, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, bro. Throughout my career, I've taken that for granted, but I really realize how much they love me and how much I love them. And my AR lows are just always, they got me, bro. And they got me through a lot of stuff. So I had a breakdown recently where I deleted the community and they rioted so hard.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got it back and we fixed things and stuff. And you got to realize, bro, my community helped me build that. So it's theirs too. I don't have the decision just to delete that, even though it's my name, my branding, but they're a part of it. I agree with you. And I think outside of streaming, because streaming is my purpose, whenever I've gone like 3 or 4 days without streaming, I crave it. I go crazy. I literally like, I can't lay in bed all day, for example, and watch TV. I maybe could do one day and then stream the next day, but man, I gotta be streaming. My mind is too quick too ADHD. But my mom and my dad too, as well. Those are my happiness right now.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a great fucking answer, to be honest. How would you say, like, it's kind of like darker, I guess, but how would you say you've handled like mortality? Like knowing that like someday you die, like how do you handle death?
It's a deep question. Man, I think everyone, you know, thinks this though. Like everyone's like, yeah, we're all going to die one day.
People don't talk about it, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen after, and I don't know, you know, what will happen when I'm not here anymore, but I just want to leave something behind for either my family or somebody that, you know, I can give to, or, have a bunch of people that I love in my will and that I care about. But yeah, man, it's just, you got to make the most of it while you're here. Life is life, and we all don't know, bro. We don't know if you zoom out of space, there's aliens. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how many. You just never know. And life is getting crazier and crazier because we're finding out more and more.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's just the AI stuff's getting crazy. So as far as death goes, man, we're all gonna die one day. Let's just make sure that while we're here, we live up to what we want to do. Yeah. That's why you only live once. So just focus on what you want to do. Yeah, I remember it was like I don't know, because like I conceptualized death when I was really young, but I always just kind of like threw it to the back of my mind, like, oh, I'll just focus on what's in front of me. But I remember I was reading, it was this Shakespeare novel. It was like my junior year of high school. And it was the first time I really ever truly thought about it, and like I couldn't get out of my mind. He said, like, it doesn't matter if you're like rich or poor, like we all sleep with the worms eventually. And like that like really resonated with me, because but then I was like kind of talking about it with my friend that same day, and he said, it's kind of, life in itself is beautiful in the sense that it is limited. Like, could you imagine if we just lived for eternity? It would get like kind of weird. Like it'd be like, we're just kind of mindlessly what are we doing roaming the earth. But like, I feel like if you're only going to live for 70, 80, 90 years, you want to make the most out of it. And like you said, that's something I've thought about too, is like just leaving something behind that like you're truly proud of. And if you truly make people's lives better, like being able to know you can set up your kids, set up their kids, like that's really cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I would do it in a way where I'm not ruining them too. I feel like if you throw a lot of money at a kid, they're going to be ruin them, bro. Yeah. They're going to be handicapped their entire life mentally. They're not going to know what to do with their lives. If you give, let's just say you're born into money and you're spoiled where you could buy everything you want, it's going to ruin your perception of life. I mean, I love to bring this up because look how LeBron raised Bronny, right? Yeah. It's a perfect example. That's how you raise somebody with, LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time and he's all his money and stuff. But in my opinion, I've known Bronny for years. He's a great person. And I feel like LeBron raised Bronny correctly. Like, it's just like, Bronny's a great fucking kid. He's a good person, bro. He's a good kid. Yeah, he's a really, really good person, bro. So it's like, it all matters about how you are as a parent. That's why, like, there's so much hate in this world, bro. And I just feel like if parents can just kind of get more involved and steer their children to just not hate and love, I feel like the world would be better. But man, there's so much hate in the world. Yeah. At what time in your life do you think you would quit streaming and just go offline, never like really return? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like when you'll stop? Man, it's hard, Jynxzi. It's fucking hard, bro. It's hard to think about. Yeah. Because I love it and still, I'll tell you, I don't have obviously the hunger I had in 2021. Yep. But I still have hunger in me to still do cool stuff. And, I don't really know the answer to that question. I'm having fun right now and I still want to continue to do it. And I want to build businesses. I want to build up Kick. I want to build up some other stuff. So I want to build stuff up. Yeah. When you talk about your, it's like we were talking about it like an hour ago, but when you talk about your 2021 hunger, like what was that like beast inside of you of like, what was your like day-to-day like? Like what was your thought process? What were you doing every day? Because that was like one of the greatest streaming primes ever. Yeah. Like that 2021 Adin era was fucking insane. I would wake up, eat, hang out with my ex, stream every day. Well, I don't even think it was every day. I would actually just like look through Instagram and just try to like find out what's going viral, what's trending. Yep. And then I would just basically like try to like DM this person, DM that person, and do everything I can to get a hold of this person, that person. And I made it happen. And that was it. The hunger was basically just knowing how to follow trends and like capitalize on it of like, this person's hot. That's what I did. But the hunger, my motivation was my parents. Yeah. I wanted to make sure they were set for life. Yeah. And I did it. And yeah. Okay. So now my inspiration, hunger, and motivation is inspiring others and giving opportunity to others. So yeah. Where do you see, I guess like, where do you see Kick in like 5 years? It's a hard question to answer. Very hard because it's just starting. But I'll tell you, man, I think that if I can sign these next 3 people, you're gonna see Kick surviving some more time. Now, I think that it's hard, man, because I don't even know where streaming's gonna be in 5 years. Yeah. For sure. But what I will tell you is this: that Kick is doing great. I want to sign these new people, And I want Twitch to keep making updates. See, did you hear about Twitch taking out Twitch Prime subs?
I haven't like heard about that. I've heard people like rumor about it, but I don't know if it's like a true thing or not.
What is your opinion if Twitch takes out Twitch Prime subs?
If Twitch takes out Twitch Prime, it would definitely like hurt the platform. But I feel like I don't know.
I don't know if it's true or not. I heard they want to take out Twitch Prime and make creators run more ads.
I honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen to Twitch Prime. I don't think it would get removed because it's like a staple of Twitch. But I think the big reason what keeps creators on Twitch is just ads, like ad revenue.
It's
you know
so
what I'm
good.
saying?
It's
like,
so good.
Because I mean, you remember like you had like a crazy ad deal.
I was making almost $1 million a month just off ads, which is nuts.
Are you shitting me?
I swear. That was my biggest. And
That's insane.
That's when I was averaging like 50,000 viewers.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. I had the biggest ad deal. It was like
Just on ads. Speaking of ads. Speaking of ads.
Other creators had it too. But yeah, man, I just think like Kick right now, they want to focus on making the platform like really good to interface and stuff. And then we just want to go for everyone.
Yeah.
We want you. We want everyone. So
fucking Speed, Kai,
we want
Queso,
everyone.
Sketch.
Everyone come on over. That's the goal.
Yeah. But what, like you said, you made like $1 million in 1 month off of ad revenue. And like, this is kind of interesting to talk about because I feel like when most people look at streamers, especially on Twitch, they kind of are like, oh, they have this much subs. Let's times it by this. That's how much they make. But like, once you are a
You can't even get on Xbox. You can't even get on Xbox. You can't.
Yeah, we want
Queso,
everyone.
Sketch.
Everyone come on over. That's the goal.
Yeah. But what, like you said, you made like $1 million in 1 month off of ad revenue. And like, this is kind of interesting to talk about because I feel like when most people look at streamers, especially on Twitch, they kind of are like, oh, they have this much subs. Let's times it by this. That's how much they make. But like, once you are a streamer where you're over that like 10,000 viewer threshold, like a lot of your money is ad revenue. Like, and people don't really know that about streaming. Like I don't know. I guess they think ad is just a part of Twitch. But like for you, what was the most you've ever made in a single month off of like Twitch ever?
Twitch total?
Twitch in a month.
I think like a little, like $1 million and something, like 1.2 maybe.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yo, Jynxzi, why have you, wait, what's your all-time sub count?
Like peak?
Peak.
170, like 8 or 177, something like that.
What are you at right now?
175, I think.
Why don't you do a subathon?
The thing is, if I'm going to do a subathon, which I was thinking about doing it, I need to have like shit planned for the whole month because I don't just want to wake up and like play games for a month. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're going to have expectations.
Like the way Kai set up his subathon was fucking
great.
Beautiful. He had a guest every day. If I could line up like 25 guests, maybe have 5 Discord streams, I could do it. But yeah, that'd be fucking
What's
insane.
the all-time peak? What did Kai do? What did he peak?
300 something, 300 and something.
Wow.
Yeah, he's fucking Kai is. I love Kai.
Yeah, he's great.
Like
you know, it's crazy. I talking about streamer relationships who I kick it with outside. Kai's a really good guy, bro. And
I said that I went on the Nelk pod and like Steiny was like asking me about Kai, and like the thing I fuck with the most about Kai is like he's always speaks so highly of his mom and how his mom is why he is who he is, and like that resonated a lot with me because like my mom's the same way. Like my mom is like my driving force for everything I do, and like to hear him speak like that, he came from nothing, and like turned it into that. Like I've always had so much respect for Kai. He's like probably one of my like favorite streamers.
Bro,
ever.
he's such a good human being, bro. Yeah. He's just such a
and he has
good
that
soul.
aura, like that vibe of like he boosts your fucking mood if you're around him.
He's
you know
just
what I mean?
a great fucking soul, man. He's a great person. I love him. Speaking of Kai, we going to Jamaica. I'm excited for that. We gotta figure out some ways to you gotta do our stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, bro, if you just need to get on banned on Twitch, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I was having a debate with Top. If you and Kai both were in a group chat with your reps, let's get Adin unbanned. There's no way they're saying no. There's no way if you two are like, let's get Adin unbanned on Twitch. No way.
I mean, I don't know because they definitely like.
You know how I got banned, right?
How did you get permanently banned?
Unmoderated chat on my screen.
Because did you have your kick chat pulled up while you were streaming on Twitch?
Yeah, it was unmoderated, but I mean, like, it was for like a second. And that's not really supposed to be indefinitely suspension for that. But I mean, I dug the hole deeper for sure for what I was saying and stuff. But, you know, that was back when I was on lean. Twitch, give me another chance, man.
Dude.
For real, though, I respect that platform because at the end of the day, look, man, I came up off Twitch. And, you know, at the end of the day, my friends are still on there. My buddies are still there putting in the work, and that's their shit. So I'm not here to talk crap about Twitch. I'm here to work with Twitch. I'm here to work with my buddies. I want to collab and make both platforms bigger, make streaming bigger as a whole. I think if they unban me and I can collaborate with Jynxzi and Kai and
Sketch, you know what I mean?
and Queso and stuff, like, it's just, it's going to make streaming bigger.
Yeah.
So it's just a thought.
I wanted to like kind of, because you started off on gaming and you talked about how you branched out from gaming, but like you were kind of like, I would say the first like gigantic streamer that kind of just did full cam, like full face cam.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What, like, did you feel like you were like taking on a risk with that? Because it's not even just that you had rappers on. Like you would have some nights where it was Banks and Mike and you guys were just talking, and those streams were dope too.
Yeah.
It's like, because you kind of, I would say, I've said this before, but you made streaming like more of like mainstream thing, because before you, the biggest streamers ever were like blowing up on Fortnite, like Ninja, Tfue.
Yeah.
Like it was like you kind of just blew up with a game, but you kind of made it to where it was more consumable for people who don't play games. And like, what was, because that was kind of genius. And what was your mindset on like that specifically of full cam, have guests on, turn it into like a TV show kind of?
Man, just understanding like that I have to basically do stuff that nobody's ever done before. Yeah. You know, I never thought in the back of my head it's going to fail. I never thought in the back of my head like, oh, wow, this is not going to work, because I knew it was going to work. I just like nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing this. And I think like somebody that I can always, you know, give my flowers to is Rice Gum. Like that's just somebody that I've always kind of been inspired by. And it's like, you know, it's just something that I wanted to do, and it's just different. And I'm glad that I made it mainstream. I definitely could say that, yeah, I helped make streaming mainstream, and I made all these blog pages like academics and like wealth and rap start posting streamers now, because it's like, now it's a real deal. It's a real thing. No, and now you have more and more coming, bro. Like, it's good to see that you're now in the mainstream section of things. Like, now people know Jynxzi, and now people know Sketch, and, you know, it's just great to see streamers now finally get the flowers they deserve.
Yeah. When did you say, because like, I mean, in the last like probably 2 years, you don't like do it anymore, but like, when did you start like the kind of like sus thing where you're like telling someone they have a big dick or something? Like,
oh, I mean,
was that
dude,
the 2K days? Because it kind of was. Yeah,
sure. I mean, that's just naturally how I spoke. I mean, it's not, I
personally think it was funny as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
I don't do it as much anymore. I just, because like you grow out of it. Yeah. But back in high school, I was doing it to my friends.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I talk in parties.
Did the same thing. Yeah.
Game chat, just sit with my friends. So I was like, I'm just gonna do what I do with my friends in the streaming world, and it worked. And
like you were, dude, like your like 2021 era especially was like, you would literally tell a rapper they have a big dick. Like you didn't give a fuck, like actually, which is insane. And like, I don't know, like, were you ever like, have you ever been nervous for a stream?
Oh, what? I still got nervous.
Who was like the number one person you got nervous for? Cardi, actually, yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's pretty fair. Any other streams that stand out? Who was your favorite person you've ever streamed with? Collab in person. Oh, wow. And then who was like your least favorite?
Rapper or
anyone that's ever sat down next to you on a stream? Who was your favorite and least favorite?
Man. Okay, let me categorize it, because I want to do rapper, then I want to do content creator, streamer wise. Rapper I've ever collab with, sat down and collab with. Man, that's so hard, bro, because there's like three. Let me give you three. Soulja Boy.
Favorite. Like, these are your favorites.
Soulja Boy, Tory Lanez.
Gotta be Uzi, right?
Uzi, yeah.
Yeah, his vibe is crazy.
Yeah. Uzi's so good for streams. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing good ones, though, but damn. I'm sorry if I'm missing
Tate, too, no? Tate's, like, amazing.
But I didn't put him in the rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you guys only did one in-person stream, right? Yeah.
Okay. We only did one in-person stream. And then content creators, man. Did you ever watch the A-Next AMP?
Yeah. Oh my, bro.
That's one of my favorite ones I've done too.
Like I threw a wish in the well. Yeah.
So that was good vibes, bro.
Yeah. So. No, okay. I feel that. Well, I guess Yeah, she's tripping right now. I don't know.
What kind of dog is that?
A mix, like a shepherd or something.
You know, I don't want to leak any. I don't know if you don't even have to put this in the pod, but bro, like where you live, bro, is so peaceful and nice.
Thanks, man. That was the goal, just to like not really see people
love it.
and just be
bro.
surrounded by like a forest.
I love it. No, seriously. How's the Wi-Fi speed out here though? Is it
Great,
good?
like really good. Yeah, yeah. We have.
Oh, you have fiber?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love.
Like the last kind of like thing we do, because I've honestly ran through like everything and I was fucking great. But do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, Jynxzi, you know, I'd love to interview you a little bit. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I want to know, man. So, what's going on in your brain right now? Can you kind of break down for me like how you're feeling as a streamer right now?
Yeah, I know what you mean exactly.
Like in your level right now.
Right now, I feel more pressure than I've ever felt because like people do kind of just, especially if you're like a trend for a little bit, like people are looking at you as like you can't do the same shit every single night. So it's like I'm in a eternal battle of like I want to please like the OGs and the people who have been here forever, but it's also like not everyone wants to just watch Rainbow Six Siege. Like you got to mix in some other content. So
sorry, I'm just gonna cut you off, but it reminds me of back in 2021.
Yeah.
What were you gonna finish on? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Because it's like I want to please the OGs, but I also just want to brand. I want to like grow. That's the goal of like any stream is to grow. I understand like you can't just grow like this. Like there's gonna be like this is how like this is how streaming is. So it's like you can't just catapult up. Like there's gonna be down days, down months, down weeks. But like I don't know. I want to like I guess I would say just pressure would be like the worst thing, but the other side of it is like how, everything has blown up to how it has. And it's how I've always manifested it to go. And I want to just keep going. You know
I think, bro, best thing I can tell you advice wise, just stick to your OGs. Cater more to them than anybody.
Because the people who hop on trends, they're going to leave.
They're leaving. I promise you, bro.
Yeah.
And honestly, those are the people that want to see you crash too.
Yeah.
Your core, your OGs, the people that have been riding for you since the journey started.
Yep.
Just cater to them, bro, because you're allowed to expand a little bit and do your thing a little bit. Like that's fine. Don't think you can't do that, but you got to cater to your OGs. Like always try to just keep them in mind because they love you, bro. They're gonna ride for you.
Yeah, for sure. No, I appreciate that, and like, there's no better person to talk to you about that than you because you went through the same shit.
Yeah, cycles, bro. Different phases, different eras, and then I also one thing I will say is, you're in a serious relationship with your girlfriend now?
Yeah,
it's serious. I mean, I don't know how she feels about it, but. Back when I would do content with girls, they used to love that too. So maybe do more content with her.
Well, I don't know because like I feel like if we do that, it's just going to be like I don't know. It's going to be back into like the cycle of.
Is it it's very serious relationship? Like you guys take it seriously?
I mean, yeah. Like it's like just starting, but yeah.
So I mean, also it can mess things up. The internet if you get stuff involved.
The internet could mess things up. Yeah.
So yeah, you got to just keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, bro. I just think cater to your core. But yeah, keep expanding, bro. You're doing great. You're killing
Thanks,
it.
man.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. And like, as you know, like you're one of the only streamers that I've literally watched forever. Like, I don't even know if you know how plugged in I am, but like, I remember you were talking about how like you're like sometimes your OGs and shit or like chatters will piss you off. I was in your stream one night where like you were doing something, people were complaining about what you were doing, and I remember I was in the stream. You made like a burner Twitch account and streamed like AR-15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like went to that account. I was watching the stream like you're playing like COD because people are like we don't want to see or CS:GO. People are like we don't want to see CS:GO. You're like I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do because like at the end of the day it's my stream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm very plugged in and I've fucked with you literally forever.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no, it's mutual. I love what you're doing. You're changing the game too, bro. And it's just great to see, you being a content creator and you making streaming even bigger, bro. You're killing, you're crushing, and keep going. And I love what you're doing this podcast and stuff too.
I know because the podcast is always something I've wanted to do, and it's like something I could see myself doing when I'm 30. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Like I might not want to stream when I'm 40, but I'll always want to do a podcast. It's just
great.
You're
speaking.
You shoot the shit for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's great, bro. And you're doing it yourself too. Usually people have co-hosts and stuff, and I love that you're doing it. It's like one-on-one.
I like the interview style for sure. That was like our goal, I think.
It's great. It's great. You're killing it.
Thanks, man. Well, is that like everything you got? Because this was a banger episode. I'm not gonna lie. People are gonna fuck with this.
Yeah, this is a good one. I felt it too. This is a great one.
Would the podcast, if I started doing podcasts, I don't know, would they be on this channel? It's hard. Because I'll probably have to start doing like fucking 2 videos a day, 2 uploads a day. That is hard. I'll probably have to make another channel. I'll probably have to. Because, like, yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's see what else. Oh, okay, I got it. I gotta end it off like this. How do we get you to come to Kick?
Fuck, I don't know, man. A fucking island or something.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie, let's give him an island with a jet, and let's get Rainbow Six Siege bonus perks with every Kick sub. That's how we get them.
All right, man. That was a fucking banger. Click the subscribe button. Click the like button. Go fuck with Adin's socials. Fucking everything.
Thank you.
Kick, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Anything else. Twitter, fuck it. Fuck with Adin. Banger fucking episode. That was fun.
Hey, man, like the video. Subscribe right now. This is great. I appreciate all you guys. W Jynxzi, man.
Yep. W Adin. Fucking banger, man.
Let's go.
That was actually really fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.